What's up, everybody, and welcome to, I don't know what to call this. It's our WWE 2K20 Universe info video. Really, the starting place before the draft, where we're going to talk about all of the WWE 2K20 Universe Mode series that you guys need to know about. And, yeah, we're really excited to get into things this year. We know there's been some controversy with the game itself, but we're not focused on that. We are focused on our series and what we're going to do with it, and we're really excited.
But yeah, we really are excited. 2K18 was our trial year. We had to cancel that. 2K19, we thought we knew what we had to do, but we had to rush that. We had to skip all the Raws and SmackDowns and just do the pay-per-views. But this year, like they say, third time's the charm. We got this.
And we're gonna tell you guys how we're gonna get it done. And yeah, so I've got a couple of bullet points on my phone. We're just gonna go through them, talk about them. So, the first thing is the schedule. So, on the Universe Mode calendar, we're gonna be starting from the first Raw of August. So from there, it'll be 4 weeks to SummerSlam. So it'll be, obviously, 4 episodes of Raw, 4 episodes of SmackDown leading up to SummerSlam. And then we will go until WrestleMania, which for us, we're going to put at the end of March. I believe it's still at the end of April this year, but we're going to move it up a month.
Just to make it easier.
Just to make it easier, yeah. In terms of the draft, which I know you guys are excited for, we're going to be trying something different. We're going to have 2 different draft videos. So the idea is to cater to 2 different types of viewers and what kind of videos they would like to watch. So the first one, and this isn't necessarily in the order they'll be released, it's just they'll probably be released at the same time, to be honest with you. But draft 1 is going to be shorter, concise, just voiceover and quick rapid fire picks. That'll probably be like a 10 to 15 minute video. No face cam, just voiceover. And then draft 2 is going to be our usual thing that we've been doing the past couple years, our full reactions, full face cam, you know, the longer form style draft. And that's where you're going to get to see our reactions and stuff, like I said. That's going to be fun. We're actually going to record it right after we finish doing this. Speaking of the draft, we have a pre-draft deal. Now, the past 2 years we did this, and I think it got a little bit out of hand last year. So if you guys don't remember, last year we made it so that Raw automatically got the Bullet Club and
The Hardys.
And you automatically had the New Day and the Undisputed Era.
Yes, and I think we bit off more than we could chew. I think we both just desperately wanted those teams. But this year, we still have a pre-draft deal, but we have really toned this down. So SmackDown is only going to get 1 automatic superstar, and Raw is only going to get 1 automatic superstar. So would you like to say who automatically gets Raw first?
Raw will automatically draft Aleister Black.
And on SmackDown side, some of you may say, well, maybe this really isn't fair, but trust me when I say this is 100% fair. It's all about how we're going to use them, how much of fans we are of them, but Raw gets Aleister Black, and in return, SmackDown automatically gets the man, Becky Lynch.
And keep in mind, guys, I mean, like he said, some of you might think that's not an equal trade or whatever, but it's really was just like we came to the agreement, hey, whatever one superstar you want, whatever one superstar I want, and we just came to that. There was really no agreement to it. It was just, hey, you get one, I get one. We pick whoever the hell we want.
And to be fair, I think originally we had a plan that we weren't going to do a pre-draft deal, but I desperately, without a doubt, wanted Becky Lynch because of how much of a fan I am of her. I love her so much. I'm in love with her. But I knew right away that it would be like, hey, if you want Alexa Bliss automatically, one female for another female, but as much as you love Alexa Bliss, I know she wouldn't be like the #1 top. So I felt it had to be fair. It had to be, whether it be Aleister Black, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, as long as I get Becky, that's all that matters.
And originally I was going to go with Balor Styles, but mostly to keep the draft more interesting, and also because
They weren't really drafted last year.
Yeah. And also, like, Aleister Black, I really, really love him as a wrestler, but they're not really using him at all, or when they do, they're not using him that well on TV, so hopefully we can do the man some justice. I already kind of did that a little bit on 2K19, but yeah. Plus, I mean, Balor and Styles have been like my two mainstays for the past 2 years, so maybe it's time to change things up a bit.
Who knows? Maybe they'll change shows.
We'll see. But keeping on with the draft, one thing that we decided upon was that the Undisputed Era cannot be drafted as a four-man stable. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly can be drafted as a tag team, but then Roderick Strong and Adam Cole would be drafted as single superstars. The main reason we did it is because they're just kind of like the one outlier of like the one big stable that's in the game. And so, just to be fair, we wanted to keep it so that you're not getting these four huge stars with one pick. And then also, people like The Miz, you can choose to draft just The Miz, or you can draft The Miz with Maurice, and that still counts as just one pick. Same thing with, say, Andrade and Zelina Vega. Same thing with Rusev and Lana.
Jinx Yomi
But, yeah.
And obviously Mike and Maria Kanellis.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's all you need to know about the draft. Or drafts. Championships. Shows will go back to having 4 main championships. A world title, a mid-card, a women's title, and a tag team title for each brand. We're not against using other titles for just, one-off matches, but these will be the 4 main titles that you see throughout the year. We're going to have 4 brand-exclusive pay-per-views and the big 4 joint pay-per-views. So the brand-exclusive pay-per-views are going to be in the on the Universe calendar will be the month of September, October, December, and February. And the big 4 pay-per-views are going to be August, which is SummerSlam, November, which is Survivor Series, January, which is the Royal Rumble, and March, which is WrestleMania. And then, so getting into what I'd say are the biggest changes this year is the whole main theme of what Tyler and I sat down and really talked about for a while and tried to figure out how the best way to go about it was how to make things like the whole theme of the shows this year is we want them to be easier to record, easier to edit, and easier for you guys to watch. So that's the whole theme this year, because of course we fell behind 2 years in a row. Like Tyler said at the beginning of the video, we had to cancel 2K18 outright. 2K19 we had to cut corners to get to the end. But this year we are committed to being able to finish the whole thing the way we want to. And the way we're going to accomplish that is we're going to make things a lot shorter where we can, which is pretty much everywhere. So, regular shows, so Raws and SmackDowns, will no longer feature a set number of matches. We used to do 7 matches for regular episodes and 9 matches for pay-per-views, including pre-shows. So now, weekly episodes of Raw and SmackDown will feature 2 to 3 full matches, and then results for the remaining matches. So, you guys will see us play out, or whatever, 2 to 3 matches, and then just so that we can, get everything else in place for storylines. Any other matches that are set to take place that night will just be quick little blurbs like, AJ Styles took on Aleister Black in a number 1 contenders match, whatever. Aleister Black won, like he hit the Black Mass, pin 1, 2, 3, he's now your number 1 contender for the world title. And it'll just be like that. The hope is that these episodes will typically be 20 to 25 minutes in length maximum, because of course I feel like that's way easier for you guys and for us to record and edit, as opposed to, the hour, sometimes more shows that we've been doing. And to, keep on that theme, pay-per-views will no longer feature pre-shows, mostly because we felt that all they really did was showcase one-off matches that didn't really lead anywhere afterwards. They didn't really have a storyline building to it or coming off of it. They were basically just extra matches for the sake of having extra matches, which, again, as the theme this year is we're trying to pull back on a little bit and kind of get rid of if we can. The brand exclusive pay-per-views are going to be shorter too. So instead of the main show having 7 matches as like a standard, it'll be the 4 title matches and then 1 to 2 other rivalry matches depending on the storylines we have going on for the month. And then the big 4 are going to be broken down into 2 separate episodes, again, hopefully making it easier for you guys to watch. So really that's all of the main info that we have.
Right, and I'm sure whether it be right before we film the draft that we're about to do or afterwards, we're going to figure out which pay-per-views we're going to have, which titles the shows will have, but obviously we'll do that off camera, so.
Yeah, we'll do that off camera. In the past years we did in this video where we talked about our, talked about all this info, we would normally tell you guys what titles, what pay-per-views. I don't think it's super necessary that we do that, because, I mean, obviously we'll see them down the line as we get started with the series when the game launches. But, yeah, I am excited for this year. Like you said, I think third time is definitely the charm, especially with these changes that we're making. And I just want to reassure you guys that we're not, cutting corners or anything to try to rush out like more episodes or more content. I'd say this is a refinement, because really what we're doing is, I don't know about you, but I'll be honest, pretty much the only things I ever had actual storylines for going into a pay-per-view or what have you was pretty much just the title matches, and every now and then like a rivalry match. So anything else was just randomly thrown together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, I think this is just a refinement on what we've been doing, and hopefully it allows us to focus more energy onto, building towards these title matches and making up more interesting and varied stories and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be.
You have anything else to add, Tyler, before we sign off?
As of recording, we are 8 days away from the game being released, and as of right now, they have not revealed the full, who will all be DLC characters. So it's going to be the same as we did. Once they fully reveal who DLC is, then off camera we're going to pick who they'll be, so then that way it could be like a surprise if they appear or anything like that.
The only thing is we've already agreed beforehand. I should have mentioned this when we were talking about the draft. The Fiend is able to be drafted. I'm not sure when that DLC pack will be available, but the Fiend is able to be drafted. So I'll also be interested to see if any of the DLC any of the other DLC packs have actual wrestlers and not just all super fantasy costumes or whatever for the existing wrestlers. But we'll see. But with that being said, guys, we are so excited to get on the road and get started with WWE 2K20. And yeah, we're about to record the draft. So
Draft day!
That being said, guys, be sure to check out the draft when it drops. Both of them, either one, whichever one you prefer to watch. But that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to pack punch that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Have a phenomenal day. And guys, Phenom out.
Draft day!